buy through our platform here. Through our platform here. Whoops. Sorry about that. I'm adjusting. Through our platform here or through any of the other networks that whatever you spend. I'm just resuming the other camera, folks, as I was adjusting. So whatever you spend, we feed a child. It doesn't matter if you spend $1, $1,000, $10,000. Every purchase goes to feed a child. We have fed over 1 million children. And you know what? That's something that Shop LC has dedicated themselves to do. Kudos to them. I stand behind it. That's a great, great thing. Not a lot of big companies can say that. Okay, shop number 5. This is your flower agate. And they have it listed as agate pink flower. And you can actually see the little flower formations in this. It's like petrified in the quartz. This is going to be right up there at about 3 inches. Bottom base is going to be roughly about 1.25 inches across. This sits nicely in the palm of my hand. You can put it on a light box. It's going to show up. This is translucent with opaque spots, so that light's going to emanate through the entire stone up to the top. Folks, pink flower agate. What is it used for? Like I said, it has a lot of quartz. It's an accelerator. This is another stone that's going to accelerate that energy that you have in your body. Okay, we're going to move on to number 6. And this is going to be pyrite. And, ooh, this is a really interesting piece. Okay. Shop 6 is going to be pyrite. Now, this is manufactured and found in Peru. You can see the little tag on it. It says, made in Peru. Well, Mother Earth made this in Peru. An extremely, extremely hard stone. This is started the gold rush, the craze to move across the United States and get out to California, where, there's a big picture of the pyrite in the background. Thank you, DJ. That's an awesome picture. And you can see the mirrored finish on this. Look at the shine on this. So I'm moving it around. You can see the absolute reflection. The Native Americans in the United States actually used pyrite as mirrors hundreds of years ago. We're a newbie company, in the United States, we're a new civilization. We've only been around for hundreds of years. If you go to England or Rome and Egypt, those cultures have been around for thousands of years. So the Native Americans that were here, the original inhabitants of the United States, they use pyrite as mirrors. They also use this as a flint. So a flint is a metal that you hit and it actually throws a spark, which you can start a fire with that. So this became a tool. It was not just a pretty gemstone. They actually found this and they found a use for it. This weighs a lot. It's a metal-based stone. This comes out of Peru. And out of Peru, believe it or not, the miners are hand mining the stone with their families. This is not a stone that's found with big mining operations. It's found in sort of small pockets and quantities. So it's done by usually local families, and that's how they sustain their living. They take their kids out. It's a family business. That's how they make their living. That's how they put food on the table. So a lot of gemstones that are mined in other countries especially, it's the only way for these families to make money. And they do it, and we come in, we buy a lot of stuff, a lot of material. It goes through a sourcing building, and then we stepped in, and then we actually purchase, and then we send this off to cutters to be cut and polished. So all this work is done in Peru. This is not cut in one of our factories, but we did cut out the middle person. So this stone is $69.99. That's the regular price. And I'm going to do some magic here. And we got $69.99 minus 25%, $52.49. That brings you right up over the shipping, so it would be free shipping. This stone, I'm going to measure for you. It's about roughly 2 inches. The bottom base is 2 inches. And you can see on the bottom, so I'm going to put this up to the camera pretty close. So you can see this has beautiful little twilight effects, but you can see that this is not high polished. Now I'm going to flip it over to show you the side. Look at the difference. Can you see that mirrored image? See the difference? So this is not high polished on the bottom, and this is high polished on the exterior of the rest of the stone. Okay, the significant shape of a pyramid is that everybody knows the pyramids in Egypt, the pharaohs were buried under the pyramids. I mean, I have never had the ability to go to Egypt yet. Every time I've wanted to travel over there, the country's been in unrest. It's been extremely unsafe. I have blonde hair. I don't usually blend any too well. I sort of stand out like an albatross with my raspy voice and my blonde hair. So unable for me to go to now, but it is on my bucket list. I try to travel everywhere in the world, and I just want to see it at some point. I want to see the magnitude, because the pyramids are something, they're, one of the wonders of the world. This pyramid shape was used by the people who buried the pharaohs because they believe that these pyramids contain multi chambers inside the pyramids. They would have a room where the pharaoh would be buried, be mummified, with all his organs in the jars. I can't remember the name of the jars. Somebody can, Becky, you're a teacher. What's the name of the jars that the pyramids, the pharaoh's intestines were in and stuff? Okay, so they had multiple rooms in the pyramids, and they had areas where they put all the pharaoh's wealth, because they believed this shape could gather their whole life. And then what happened when their spirit, whatever their spirit was, would ascend through the top of the pyramid and bring them to the afterlife, where all that their worldly belongings would also go with them. So they would arrive in the afterlife and they would be prepared. They would have their horses, their goods, their pets. Everything would be there for them. And so that was the significance of the pyramid shape. Aside from that, the metaphysical properties of pyrite are that this is a money stone. This is the stone of prosperity. I think part of that is because through the ages, like I said, when pyrite was discovered in California, it created this gold rush where everybody flooded to California to become rich. Now, in that time period, remember, there was no internet, there was no YouTube, there was no, I'm going to text this person and say, don't come to California. People went out there, they mined, they found fool's gold, which is pyrite, and what happened was, word got out. Maybe a letter was sent, and the letter went through the Pony Express, took 2 months to get back to New England, and the letter said, I've hit it rich, I have found gold, come to California. So entire families would pack up and they'd start their migration through the Midwest, through the plains of the United States, where they were met with buffaloes, herds of buffaloes, different Native American Indian cultures, the Cherokees, I can't remember them all, but there's a whole lot of them that these people that were pilgrimaging to California had to come across and probably not survive. So there was somebody said, oh, I'm in the middle of the Midwest and, I'm getting shot at with bows and arrows. There was no communication then. So all these people migrated from the East Coast to California to strike it rich. By the time they get out there, then they realized this was fool's gold. It was not gold. So all these people had dreams of grandeur. It didn't happen. A lot of them didn't even make it to California. But this stone is promoted to bring you wealth and money. It's also a stone that absorbs negativity. Now, like I said earlier, how do I know? How do I know that this is actually doing that? How do I know I'm breathing oxygen? I can't see it. I can't see a negativity wave. I just know when somebody's acting inappropriately and they're the Debbie Downer, that they get a lot of stuff in their life. Maybe they're, not positive. Maybe there's a person out there that has never been positive, that's never happy about anything. They can use pyrite, believe me. Or maybe you're a person that wants prosperity in your life. Maybe you're starting up a new business and you said, you know what, I'm going to give it everything it takes. Maybe throwing up a couple of these little stones here and there will help you achieve that. So when I say it's not mumbo jumbo, it's not black smoke and mirrors, there's a lot of validity to what I'm telling you. You know what? It's worth a try. $69.99, $52.49. Also, I'm going to show you once again. This is the bottom. This is not high polished. Look at that when I turn it. You see that mirrored effect? That's a high polish. The other thing about pyrite that I find really interesting, and I'm going to move it around and I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to move this closer to the screen so you can really see it. In this little type of cave, you'll see that actually there's a series of little teeny, and I'm going to move it to the other phone, so I'm going to talk into this phone now. You'll see that there's a series of little teeny small cubes. They're all stacked on each other. Pyrite is grown, because it's grown, I didn't plant a seed, it's grown under the earth, and it grows into a cubical structure, which means that every piece starts out as a cube, but it's microscopic, and these cubes build and build and build and build on each other, and then you end up with a big cube, a nice square cube. It could be bigger than this. Now remember, to cut this pyramid, I had to have a piece that was quite substantial to get this shape. When you cut stones down to a certain shape, you waste a lot of the material. So this is extremely hard to cut because of all these little fobby type little holes, this little twinkle effect. See all these little twinkly little stars? Those are all little teeny indentations that have a cubical structure in it. So that little dot actually has a facet in there. And that facet of that square is what's giving this all this sparkle. So I like pieces that I love pieces that have all this little teeny, I'm going to call them little fairy caves, because they just, when you look into them, they have that really bright sparkle effect. Really cool stone, mined in Peru. Now I can tell you that this is found in other parts of the world, but the material coming out of Peru right now is the best that you can get in the world. We can high polish it to these mirrored effects. It really is substantial quality. It's the best I've seen in a long time. There was a time period where a lot of the pyrite that I was seeing was really dull, didn't have a lot of cubical structure. It was just dull. It was just not a really pretty piece. These pieces are carved specifically in different shapes for different reasons. So we went through all that already. I'll go over it back at the end, the prices and the numbers, but this is going to be shop 6 in the comment column, shop 6. That will prompt you to our order page, which you're going to put in live 25 in the promo code, and this $69.99 stone will pop down to $52.49. You get free shipping on this because it's over $50. Okay, beautiful piece of pyrite. I'm very limited on this. I have 30, let me look. I have 17. So there's certain stones that we have gone through the cycle on live TV. It's been priced $69.99, but because of the limited inventory, we've offered it on the live stream at a discounted live 25 presentation. But remember, I have 17 of these, so if you're interested, please type in that in the comment code and get your order going, because 17 is not a lot. We have millions of viewers, folks, and you know, it sounds like, oh, they got 17, I can wait. Don't wait. Get it now if you want it, because this will definitely sell out at that price. Okay, so this is going to be shop 6 in your comment column, and I'm going to move on to our next piece of pyrite. Okay. This piece is going to be shop 7 in the comment, shop 7. Another beautiful piece of pyrite, and you can see this actually has a better view, and I'm going to hold it up. Let me see if I can point here. So you can see what I'm talking about on that crystalline structure, that cubic, that square structure. And I'll hold this, I won't move it around, so maybe you can focus in or zoom in on your phone, but you can see this whole area here is a bunch of those little cubes. Okay, this is going to be shop 7 on the comment. This one is, how much is it? That's tourmaline's coming up. This one is, I want to make sure, is DJ on the pyrite. What's the original price on the egg?
It was $69.99.
That's, can we go, that's the previous one. I'm on number 7,
Oh,
the egg.
I went to the wrong one, my bad.
So hold on, we're getting the price up, and you know what? That means it's going to be a really good price. I can tell. He's doing his magic over there. All right, so this is 525 carats. Okay, same prices. We're going to match the price of the pyramid. So this is $69.99. But if you type in the live 25 in the promo code when you check out, brings it down to $52.49. So let's talk about the egg shape. Why get a little sip of water? I'm going to hold this in the camera. Get a little sip of water. Okay, with that whistle, talking for 2 hours, you got to keep those vocal cords lubricated. Okay, egg shape. What does this mean? Same thing, rebirth. Every time we associate Easter eggs. Why is Easter? Well, aside from the whole religious aspect, the Easter egg is because in the springtime, all the animals, birds, animals give birth in the spring. It's a sign of rebirth, and this egg shape is exactly that symbol. So this helps you rebirth, whether you're transitioning in your life to something new. Maybe you're buying a new car. And I have a question. Andrew, hey Cheryl, we're friends, notified, live, and decided to check it out. Well, thanks, Andrew. Nice to you're tuning in. Excuse me. So this is a sign of transition. So if you're transitioning to anything in your life, maybe it's a new job. You know what? I had a neighbor in Florida that had 21 chickens, and then they now have 44 chickens. And I so wanted to put this in their chicken coop in one of the chicken whatever where they lay the eggs. I wanted to trick them and see if they noticed that the hen laid the golden egg. It would have been a joke. It would have been a funny joke. I unfortunately did not have a chance to do that. But if you're transitioning in life, that's what this shape represents. It's also an absolutely beautiful piece of pyrite. I've shown you that crystalline structure. And if you turn the lights down, we don't have to do it in the studio here, but when you turn the lights down, you actually get that twilight twinkle effect, that date night effect on any of these pyrite pieces. It's like looking up at a beautiful starry night. You just see that glitter and that twinkle everywhere. This is what pyrite does. It's a beautiful stone. If you put it near any light source, you can see that these little teeny little pieces are actually picking up and they twinkle. And that's, the lower the light, the more that it does twinkle like that. So this is going to be shop number 7. And it's $69.99 when you put in shop number 7, then it prompts you to the order page. You could type in live 25 in the promo code, and this will bring it down to $52.49. So this is over the $50, so you'll get free shipping with it. So I always suggest if you've never collected gemstones before and you're like, I don't understand the whole thing. Why would anybody want a rock? Well, if you're a jewelry collector, all your jewelry starts from a natural stone like this, right? So why not have a piece in your house that you can admire and put on your shelf? Maybe you don't wear jewelry. Maybe it's not your thing. Maybe it's too much. Maybe you're a guy that just likes rocks and minerals. You're a rock hound. You like cool stuff. You want to start your kids on an educational path where they start to learn about foreign countries, foreign continents, how stuff was mined, how it's made, different scientific stuff. You can start that all with just a single stone to spark an interest. I always say, start the ripple. Be the drop of water that creates the ripple. Because you know what? If you want to spark interest, you have to start it. You just can't expect your kids to all of a sudden be interested. Give them something like this for a fraction of the price than a Game Boy or anything that they're going to buy that's game related, and this will keep forever. This is something that they'll bring with them. If they have a gem and mineral collection or a rock collection, they're going to want to take it with them as they get older or they leave their homestead. This is something you put in a carrier cabinet. You could put on a shelf anywhere. It's beautiful. It has metaphysical properties. It draws money, luck and money. So if you need either one of those in your life, maybe this is a stone for you. Shop 7. I'm going to move on to my favorite. So every live show that I do, I usually do a best value, which means that item to me is the best value that you can get during our show. And then I do a top pick, which would be my favorite item for various reasons. Might just because of the way it looks. It might be a great something that I've had in the past that has worked for me. So I always pick a best value, and I'll do that at the end of the show, and something that I really, really think everybody should use. Okay, shop 8 is going to be your next one, and that's going to be my favorite. And this would be my fave, okay? So this is my favorite pick. It's not the lowest price pick, but it's my favorite pick for a whole lot of reasons. This is going to be your black tourmaline obelisk. And I'm going to show you some, you can see actually the patterns in this, so you know it's a natural stone. This is not a compressed piece of tourmaline. It's not dust. It's not something that they've scraped off the cutting floors and compressed into an obelisk. This is a piece of black tourmaline that they've actually taken a big log piece and they've faceted this into an obelisk shape. This is large. This is going to be shop 8 in the Comet code. Starting price on this is $49.99. 25% all that brings us down to $37.49. $37.49. So I'm going to give you a quick measure here. This is going to be 5 inches high by roughly about 1.5 inches on the bottom. Okay, let's talk about black tourmaline. Why is this my favorite stone? First of all, black tourmaline, this is mined out of Madagascar. This has some really good weight to it. This particular shape, like I told you, it gathers up all that energy, shoots it out the top to bring you to a higher ascension. The black tourmaline itself handles your root chakra. So when I talk about chakras, you have I'm going to stand back so you can see me. You have 7 energy points in your body. It starts with the root, which is down here. Then it goes to sacral, solar plex, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Okay, those are the 7 energy points. They're actually little wheels that are spinning in your body. So you have certain energy points, especially around your organs. Your energy is a higher level around your organs. Why? It's protecting your organs. That's your heart is pumping, pumping, pumping. That's energy. Your mouth is breathing, breathing, breathing. Your brain is moving, moving, moving. These limbs, these are attached, but these can remain like this, floppy. You know, the rest of this center part of your body is continually moving at a steady pace. That's energy in there. Once these little wheels, we're going to call chakras, I'm going to revert to them as a wheel. Once they get overloaded or sluggish, what happens is they don't work properly. This is the root chakra. This is the base. This is the energy point in your body that houses that feeling of being stable, stability, a place to live, harmony in your life, a car that you can drive, food that you can eat, that you can afford. So that's all related to that root chakra. That's your stability in life. Once that root chakra is off, you feel unstable. You feel like things are not going right. Have you ever had somebody come up to you and say, "Yeah, things aren't going right today"? That root chakra is off. You ever had anybody come up to you and say, "Oh, I just feel yucky today"? That root chakra is off. You ever had somebody come to you and say, "I need 20 cups of coffee. I feel like I just can't do it today"? Root chakra is off. To correct that, right here, this is your best friend. This is that black tourmaline. That's going to control and help clear out and cleanse and get that root chakra ready and working correctly. This also, biggest thing, this protects you against negativity. So why is this my favorite stone? Well, hello, I'm talking millions of people. I'm on air. I'm on live TV. Negative comments come through from strangers I've never met before in my entire life. They send a comment. "Oh, I don't like your glasses. Why is she talking so much?" Those are negative comments. They don't know me. I don't know them. You know what? They need black tourmaline. There's people out there that go to work, they're miserable. Every day they're just there for the buck, they're there for the hours, they hate their job, they never have anything positive to say, they just want to clock in and clock out. You need black tourmaline. There's people out there that maybe are in a depression. They've had a tough time. It's not their fault. Maybe through a victim of circumstance, things have happened. Maybe they lost their job. You know, that just happens out there in the world. You could go to work one day and be unemployed the next. That's your stability. How do I pay my bills? Where am I going to live? That's all pertaining to the root chakra. Let's say all of a sudden you got in a car accident, you didn't have insurance. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to get sued. I don't have a car. I can't get to work. Your stability level at that point is off. It's off. because that's what happens when your root chakra is off. You start, things just are going to go right. It goes misaskew. Things happen. I carry black tourmaline in my car. I have it in my pocketbook right now. I usually tuck a little piece somewhere on my body. I gave DJ, our producer, a piece of black tourmaline when I left. Not that he's negative. He's not negative. But I want to protect him against other people that are negative. So this is a tool. This is a medicine. This is holistic medicine that's going to make your life feel better. You're going to feel secure. You know what's going to happen? Let's say you lose your job. But when your root chakra is balanced, you know what happens? Your mind doesn't go into, oh my God, what am I going to do? You go into, I got to get another job. I got to get out there and pound the pavement. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to set my goal. I'm going to do it. And then what happens? You step out that door. You have confidence. You feel strong. You feel secure. You can go to a job interview and go, yeah, you know what? That last job, they didn't tap into my creativity level. I could have done a lot more. They restricted me. So I'm expanding. I'm trying to find a job that I can really, really help with, production or whatever. Your attitude's going to change in your life. All of a sudden, that root chakra is corrected. You're going to feel strong and secure. You're not going to worry. You're going to be like, you know what? My landlord, I'm going to call him right now. Hey, I'm going to be an extra few days late with the rent. I lost my job, but I'm on the hunt for another one. You have the courage and ability to tackle that task that maybe, if you didn't have black tourmaline, you wouldn't make that call. You'd just be late on the rent. And then what would happen? You'd see get out of the apartment notification on your door when you came home. This gives you the ability to be strong and grounded. And once you're feeling like that, you feel like you can tackle the world. Nothing out there is going to... obviously there's stuff that's going to happen that's bad to everybody, but you're able to handle it in a better way. You don't lose your mind. You don't get all upset. Of course you do at some point. There are devastating things that happen. Believe me, I've been through 4 hurricanes. I've had, just in the last 5 years, ups and downs. My mom passed. My best friend passed. Through life, there are cyclical things that are going to happen that are out of our control. I can't control that somebody's getting sick and they're going to pass. That's not my job. But my job is to maybe help them through that period, because that's the only time I'm going to see them again. So it gives you the ability, the strength to overcome the fear and take on the courage. This is black tourmaline. This is your best friend. This is my pick of all the stuff I'm selling today. I would get this in my life immediately. If you work in an office, put this right beside your computer. Put it near the front door if people are coming into your cubicle. Put it there to get rid of all that negativity, because they're coming in there to complain, to work out situations, create solutions. You are going to be able to tackle and help them with creating the solutions to the problem. So it's a great stone to have. This is going to be shop 8 in the comment. That's going to prompt you to our page, and then you're going to type in live25 at the promo code, and this is going to take 25% off the stone. Okay, so this is shop number 8, black tourmaline, my favorite absolutely stone. Everybody should have this. Hey Tony. Okay, so we're moving on to woohoo. Hold on, because this one is large and in charge. This is a whopping piece. And they picked me a nice one. So, folks, what I'm going to say first off is that, okay, we got some labradorite here. I'm trying to get flashed. My studio lights are not the best in this particular stone. You can see this labradorescence. This particular stone is, so first of all, this is going to be shop 9 in the comments. Every single one is going to be a different shape. These are freeform pieces. They're cut, they're polished. We have no control over the shape because it's a freeform. They look for the best labradorescence, and they try to cut it to give you those flashes of color. A lot of times, and you can't see the light. This has a lot of, maybe I could do it. I want to really, all right, maybe if I move it this way, because this has a whole lot of blue on the front that I cannot. I'm going to play with the flashlight and maybe, oh, look at that. That's the black light. Okay. All right. It's really hard to see. There's a giant chunk of blue labradorescence. I don't know why it's, oh, there we go. Okay. So you can see it's just I'm dealing with studio lights here, and the studio lights are not my friend sometimes. But so you can see it now. It's a giant. So this is all labradorescence on this particular stone. So I'm holding it different ways so you can see it. Every single stone is going to be different. They're all going to have labradorescence all over various places on the stone. This is a large piece. This weighs anywhere between 13,607 grams carats to 12,000 carats. So it has a lot of weight. I just happen to be really strong, so I look like this doesn't weigh a lot. This weighs a lot. This is like a bag. This is like a 5-pound bag of sugar. Like I said, I just happen to be strong. So look at the labradorescence on that. Okay, so that's different. I think I got a different piece on my sheet than you're showing.
Did you?
I do. That's half the carat weight and half the price. So technical difficulties, but this stone should be, after the 25%, should be $97.99.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Okay. So, folks, it's $129, and then after the 29%, or DJ, am I taking 25% off that clearance price?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay, so what does that mean? This just became my value deal for today. Okay, and I mean value deal because this stone is originally, if you went out there in the real world to buy this, and there's a little picture of it in the background, if you went out there in the real world to buy this from a gem and minerals store, you would probably pay about $800 for this. Okay. In our world at Shop LC, which I call the fantasy world, because our prices, we cut out all the middlemen. Now we have secured a secured group in Madagascar that's working with all these small families that are mining. So we're procuring all these stones, and they're being cut and polished by our people now. So it saves you a ton of money. This stone should never be this price. So it's going to be. And I just got the okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to lower this less than I've ever sold this before on TV or on the live stream. So it's on clearance on our website for $97.49. Now, it brings this stone down to, after you type in Live 25 in the promo, it's going to bring this stone down to $73.11. Hi, Anna. Nice to see you. I'll see you at GemFest. Oh, okay, let me stop my presentation and just say one more thing, because Anna just popped up and that reminded me. So we have an event coming up here at Shop LC we call GemFest. I've came on board originally with Shop LC as one of the first person that they ever had a speaker, and it was me, to promote GemFest. So that was in 2022, and I've been coming back, and now I'm employed here, as a permanent employee. But they would fly me out every other month or whenever they had GemFest as a keynote speaker. I would help with people that were attending to make a smooth transition from the parking lot inward, and help with just whatever you needed. It's grown and grown, and this time we're offering a fashion show. I'm going to be a talk on all these merchandise. I'm going to handpick specific pieces for GemFest that I'm going to be talking about. Becky Booker, another TV host that's on 2 to 6 in the morning, is going to be doing a live presentation all about rubies, and we're going to have a lot of inventory that you can purchase at a reduced price. It's 2 to 6 on July 18th here at Shop LC in Austin, Texas, Round Rock. If you'd like to attend, there's no fee at all. It's going to be fun. We have Anna's one of our VIP members. She's watching me on my platform. We're looking forward to a lot of our VIP members that we've never actually met in person, but they have a passion for collecting gems, minerals, jewelry, handbags, anything we sell, whatever their passion is. They've now become our VIP members, and they post their pictures, what they've purchased, their love for gem and minerals, or anything else on that VIP website. It's a great way to meet people that you want to connect with that have the same passion. I mean, your neighbor might not want 15 pieces of citrine, but you might. you might want 15 pieces of citrine jewelry. So it's a great way for you to connect with other people that have the same passion and talk about what you got, explore, and then you become friends. And there's nothing better than becoming friends with people that have the same common interests as you. The conversation doesn't lag. You have lots to talk about. That enthusiasm's there, and we appreciate that here at Shop LC. So our VIPs, we love them. They're very informative. They take care of each other on the website, and they welcome newbies in graciously and get them to help with questions or orders and everything. So it becomes a small little sublet family of Shop LC. So if you're interested, GemFest is July 18th, 2 to 6. Come on down. We'd love to see you and love to meet you. Okay, back to the labradorite. Boom, boom, boom. Best value buy for today. Now I'm going to measure this piece, and I'm going to tell you right now that every piece is going to be entirely different. So this one is going to be 6 inches by roughly 3. The bottom is flat bottom. This is cut so it sits nicely on a shelf. You don't have to worry about how to place it. Now remember, this price I just gave you, this was $97.49 on clearance on our website. So this is going to be shop 9 in that comment column. When you go to check out, don't you love that ring, Anna? Gaia Perez. Isn't it beautiful? First time I've worn it. Okay, if you type in shop 9, it's going to prompt you to our promo page that you're going to type in live 25, and it's going to bring this price down to $73.11. Not only is it going to bring it down, this is the lowest this has ever been. You're also above $50, so you get free shipping. So 3 things. 25% off brings it down to $73.11. You get free shipping, and with every purchase, you feed a child. So you can feel proud about that because we're just doing it for you. We're feeding the children for you, and we're doing it well. So this is polished on every side of this labradorite. There's labradorescence everywhere. Folks, the studio lights in here are giving me a hard time today, but you can see there's labradorescence everywhere on this freeform polished piece. A little bit more about labradorite that a lot of people want to know is that this is a stone that is for strength and courage. So it also promotes positivity, reduces negativity. So I have labradorite in my house. I usually have it by the door where I have certain other stones. Put your keys, your wallet, all that stuff there next to the labradorite. Your cell phone, put on your shungite because you want to protect yourself against those EMFs. This stone will promote positivity, strength, and courage. And once again, when I talk about that, it can be something so minor as maybe you're getting your learner's permit. Maybe you've never driven a car before. You're nervous. You're scared. I've never driven before. There's people driving fast. You need strength and courage. Maybe you're applying for a job. Maybe you're going to meet your parents of your lover or your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever, for the first time. You need a little extra courage. Give this stone a rub like a little Buddha. That's going to give you the strength and courage. And once again, the same thing I always tell you is if you get this stone, first of all, when you get any stones from us, from anybody, not just us, you need to cleanse those stones. I've been holding this stone like a baby, right? This has all my energy in it. DJ unpacked this stone. DJ's energy is in this. People in the warehouse that handed this to DJ. The driver that unloaded the truck. The person that wrapped this in bubble wrap. The cutter, the polisher, the person who originally dug this out of the ground. It's housing all that energy. What happens when that happens? After a while, a stone becomes overloaded. Like a computer chip, you need to cleanse it out. You need to get rid of all that so it can start fresh with your energy. So when you get any stone at all from me, from Shop LC, from anywhere, including jewelry, most people don't realize that. They're like, oh, I love this jewelry. I love it. I love it. I'm going to put this down for a second because it does weigh a lot. I got this ring. Okay, I'm wearing this ring for the first time. I love this ring. I cleansed it before I put it on. I dunked it in salt water. Why? Because it's the same thing. It's gone through a series of everybody's hands. It's collected all that energy till it gets to me. Now, maybe the warehouse person got bit by a dog yesterday, and he's just angry and mad, and he's handing that stone to DJ. DJ didn't have coffee today, and he's like, "Oh, I'm running late," and that's fake DJ, by the way. DJ, the producer, he's always in a good mood. Okay, so maybe this is housing all that negative energy from other people. Then you put it on. What's going to happen? That energy is going to go into your body, your temple, and then all of a sudden it's going to change the way you feel. So you need to take any jewelry that you have, any stones, and just give them a quick salt water. Boom, boom, boom. Put them under fresh water, dry them off, and then put them aside because they are ready for you. All right? You're a newbie. That stone's excited. It doesn't have anybody else's energy in it. It's not fighting for, position. It's ready to help you. So once again, this labradorite is for strength and courage. Also is a stone that produces positivity, strength and courage. And if you don't like either one of those, how about it's just the coolest, grooviest thing you've ever seen? This was discovered in Labrador, Canada in the late 1800s, about 1882, was when it actually was discovered to be mined, sent to Europe to be cut and polished. And then it started to become part of jewelry, started to be used for jewelry. Before that, it's not that labradorite was never discovered, but it was never been able to come out of the ground. Remember, when you're dealing with stones that are in the ground, how are you going to get them out? 300 years ago, they had a little pickaxe. They'd find something, a pickaxe and a hammer. Could you get this out of the ground with that? Heck no. No, you couldn't do it. That's why, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, a pickaxe, yes, you're picking pieces that are small. When you're talking labradorite, you're talking about trailer truck size of labradorite. That's all of a sudden, it's a whole wall. It's one solid piece of this stone. And when the rain hits it, they could see this labradorescence. How did they get it out of the ground? Well, that took, bigger machines, bigger mining, bigger people, a lot more equipment to get it out of the ground. Now, obviously, we use, large machinery. It's very, very easy. Technology we have laser cutters. But the reason this stone never came to fruition, this was discovered in the Viking Age. The myths and legends write that, the Vikings discovered this stone and they saw it under, when it rained, they could see all these beautiful labradorescence, and they thought the world had trapped the aurora borealis. So the Vikings took their staff and they tried to smash the ground to release that aurora borealis back into the sky. That's a myth and legend. I'm sure there's some truth to that because it does look like the aurora borealis. It looks fantastic. So if you weren't one of the lucky ones this year to see the aurora borealis when it was happening, I wasn't fortunate enough. But there were people that saw it all through Canada, all down through the Midwest. And I think that was probably one of the first times you were ever able to see it without really taking an Alaskan cruise or be way up in the cold. And it happened. There was a lot of people that put films out there on YouTube. So it's a fascinating, and that aurora borealis, it's energy. It's up there. It's moving. It's colorful. It's something that's truly amazing to see. And so is labradorite. It has that same effect. It's amazing. These colors are right under the surface, and they remain there. They go through the stone, but these stones are cut and polished by hand to bring you that great labradorescence that's in this stone. Okay, folks, this is my pick for today, my best purchase for today. This has never been under $97.99. Take advantage because at $73.11, this is large and in charge. This should never be on the Live 25 show at 25% off. So that's my favorite pick as far as value. The black tourmaline was my favorite pick as far as what you need in your life. So this is labradorite. This is going to be number shop 9. Go to the live it prompt you to our order page, and then you type in live 25 in the promo, it'll kick back that extra 25% off and bring this down to $73. And you get free shipping, and you feed a child, and it's cool and groovy. Do I need to say more? Everybody needs this labradorite. Okay, we're going to move on to blue calcite. And look at the color of this. Voila. Let me get my little whittly stand. Move that over there. Okay. Blue calcite. This is going to be shop 10. Shop 10. Blue calcite. This is the size of a little bit bigger than a golf ball. And what I'm going to show you now is that look at the color of this. When we talk about color saturation, that's a term we use over and over. You've heard it used on TV. We use it here on the live stream. Color saturation means the color is the best you can get. It is so saturated with the color it's supposed to be. Now, this is a color saturated blue calcite. Fabulous color. This is going to be shop number 10. Not only do you get this cool and groovy blue calcite, that's the best color. It comes with the stand free of charge. And so it comes on this whittled stand. Ta-da! I'm not going to drop this one. So it sits, this stand will hold any size sphere. Okay, I'm going to put this down, the stand, because I don't want to drop this. Okay, this is mined out of Madagascar once again. Calcite comes in a variation of colors. You could have rainbow, zebra, yellow, orange, blue. Blue seems to be the most sought after. Okay, first of all, the color is phenomenal. This looks like the best Caribbean water. It looks like the sky on the most clear day when you have, look at that little wisp of a cloud coming through. Calcite is known, this particular color is a very calming stone. So I always say I equate this particular color of calcite like, have you ever had a day, could be up north, could be here. Let's say you live in New England or the Midwest. Let's say you live in Florida or Texas. Those days when we have weather that it's raining, or it's snowing, and you don't want to leave your house. You don't feel like venturing out into that cold, miserable weather. You just want to stay and put your best comforter on. You want to kick back with your feet up, have your favorite cocktail, mocktail, cappuccino, mochaccino, doesn't matter, chino. And you sit there, you got that remote in your hand, and you're ready to binge watch your favorite show all day long. At this stone, that's what it represents, comfort. Like an old warm comforter, like a blanket, like the best hug you ever got in your life. That's what this calcite will do for you. So if you're feeling a little bit sad, you need comfort. If you're feeling like you just need to calm down, maybe you've had like a crazy week at work and things are very, very stressful and you're supposed to produce something or make certain numbers, or maybe employees quit and you're just constantly struggling. You feel like you just can't do enough. You just want to relax. This is the stone that will do that. That's what I talk about when I say stones are like medicine. Every stone, I can give you a different scenario in your life where a particular stone will help you with that scenario. Now, whether you believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. Like I always say, you can't see oxygen, but I believe I'm breathing it. I can't see, I can't think of another example. That's the best one. But this stone will help you get to that calming effect. This also works with your throat chakra. And I talked about the 7 chakras. What does the throat chakra do? Say what you mean what you say. This will help you be articulate. So if you are going for a speech, maybe you're going to teach people, maybe you have a presentation to do, and you don't want to bumble over your words. This is what the blue calcite will help you with. You become super articulate. You can calm your voice down. You're not screaming. You're not over, zealous. You're not turning people off. You're not saying mean statements that can hurt people. This pertains to the throat chakra. It's just a cool and groovy stone. Once again, this comes out of Madagascar. This is the best quality you can get. You want the deepest blue that you can possibly get. You can get an inferior blue calcite that once again looks like a white stone, go for the best. It's a fraction of the price. This is $29.99. After the 25% off, it brings it down to $22.49. And you're getting the free stand. This right here is about a $20 value, believe it or not. If you went to buy this, order it somewhere, you might get it a little bit cheaper. I don't know, but I'm pretty impressed with somebody that can hand whittle something that's completely connected, and it's a beautiful groovy stand. You know, you can use this for this, or you can use it for anything else you want to use it for. It comes free with the spheres today, so take advantage of that. So you're getting 25% off. You're getting a free stand. I'm feeding a child. Over $50, you get free shipping. Metaphysical values. Cool and groovy sphere that you can put anywhere in your house. Maybe you have a baby that was just born. Maybe that's it. This goes in a baby's room, and that baby's crying all the time, and you don't know what a baby wants. You're like, why am I so frustrated? This child's crying all the time. I don't know what to do. This is great for you and that infant. Okay? Very, very important. You can place this anywhere that you feel frustration and you need to calm down a little bit. Any place that you need to talk a lot to get your point across, or not talk a lot, just to get your point across without being mean, overzealous. You want to be articulate. You don't want to bore somebody and they tune out after 30 seconds because they're like, ugh, this stone will help you achieve all that. It's a great stone to have in your life. The price is great, $22.49. You can't beat it. Comes with the free stand. This is shop 10 in there. Prompt you to our order page, and then you type in live 25, you get 25% off. So I'm going to move on to number 11. So I'm going to start with some beaded necklaces now. I got 30 minutes left, right, DJ? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to go into the beaded necklaces now. And I brought these in specifically because the gem decor holds dear to my heart. I believe that all these stones people should have in or around their house in certain places. Some people maybe believe, I guess I'm not holding that blue calcite, right? Because I can't talk anymore. So some people, I brought these beaded necklaces in because I want you to have the ability, if you don't want a home decor piece, to still have the ability to use certain things in your life that will help you progress in your life. And the beaded necklaces are a way to do that. So I'm going to start with my first one, which is our all-time favorite. And this is going to be your beautiful Larimar. Okay. So this particular necklace is going to be shop 11. That's going to be your number. This is 180 carat in Larimar. So I'm going to take this off the stand because I want you to see the difference of this Larimar. So this is graduated. So your center bead is going to be, this looks like 18 millimeter. So that center bead is pretty large. And what they've done, they've actually strung this with a gold vermeil bead over sterling silver in between every one of these Larimar beads. It's also graduated. So it starts with a bigger bead, and then it's graduated down to about a 4 millimeter on this end. This has your vermeil clasp, which is done. It's a lobster claw. And this is also an extender. So that means you get an extra 2 inches. So this is an 18. Just making sure. This is, 18 inch. And it extends to 20 inch. So a little bit about Larimar is that this is mined in one source in the entire world, which is the Dominican Republic, which is an island in the Caribbean. So the Dominican Republic, a small island, if you know anything about the Caribbean islands, most of them don't have stuff that we mine. You know, it's mostly, straw market baskets, coconut stuff, carvings. A gemstone is, I can't think of one other island that an actual gemstone is mined out of. The Dominican Republic discovered this, and they had 4 mines within a half-mile radius on this particular island. As we've pulled material out of the ground, a couple of the mines have completely closed. When I was there either 6 months ago or a year ago with my husband. We were taking, we were on the island. We buy chocolate there. I buy vanilla there. We wanted to go back up to the Larimar area where we had bought material that we're sitting on that we bought about 10 years ago, and we bought quite a bit of it. That area is completely closed. You can no longer buy. They don't mine there anymore. So that mine has been mined out. Okay, what happens when that happens is that now we still have the demand in the United States and other countries for Larimar. It's a beautiful stone. This, once again, helps with the throat chakra. Look at the size of this on my neck. It is absolutely beautiful with those gold beads that actually give you the ability to see these beads separated so you can see all the beautiful color. So because of this color, this affects the throat chakra. So when I was saying, okay, maybe this is not your jam, right? Maybe this is. This is going to be, the price on this is going to be $549, but not today, because $549 was before our live 25. Brings it down to $411. That's substantial savings, folks. And you can put this on budget pay. You can put it on budget pay if you call our personal shopper. 888-835-2237. Thank you, DJ. That personal shopper will split this up on multiple credit cards. They will do budget pay for you. It's over $50. You get free shipping. With every purchase, you feed a child. You're also supporting small individual families in the Dominican Republic. This is not mined by large companies. Large companies only step in a mining process when they can make millions of dollars. They only step in. It's not worth them to invest the equipment, the terrain. It's very, very difficult. So when mining companies step in, it has to be well worth it for them. So the majority of your Larimar that's produced out of the Dominican Republic is found by small families. And once again, these families live on an island where you're either in the tourist industry, or you're a farmer, or you're in the tourist industry. That's it. There's not a lot of options. You've been to these islands before. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of people that vacation all the time. You ever get off in a Caribbean island? There's not manufacturing that goes on because manufacturers won't set up on an island like that. They want to make sure that, it's secure, millions of reasons. I don't need to go into it, but you understand what I'm saying. This is mined in a half-a-mile radius on the island of the Dominican Republic. This has brought the Dominican Republic to the marketplace where now cruise ships stop there. People fly to the Dominican Republic. There are hotel chains that have built up a tourist industry. This stone helps with the throat chakra. It's one sourced, and as the mining process goes on in our world, the more we mine from the Dominican Republic, the depletion of material happens, and then eventually this will be mined out and the price will skyrocket through the roof. Anytime that you have a stone that's singly sourced, and what I say by singly sourced, quartz is around the entire mantle of the Earth's crust. Quartz will never get mined out. Tanzanite is a single source stone in Tanzania. It's only been found there. So those mines are closing also. So as those mines get mined out, people still want Tanzanite. People are born every day. Just because that stone is getting mined out doesn't mean the price is going to go down. It's going to skyrocket. So once this is mined out, for any of the investors or collectors out there, this will sustain its value. It's done in gold vermeil. It has that beautiful lobster claw. These beads are intricately and excellently, that was a long one, matched. They are completely matched, so that color is perfect. If you have one that's all blue, it's going to stand out on this necklace. So they precisely match these beads specifically for this one strand. Beautiful strand of Larimar, throat chakra, 25% off, free shipping, feed a child, almost mined out. Can I tell you any more? No. You know what? Buy it if you like it. That's what I'm telling you. Beautiful, beautiful necklace. On the neck form, you can see how it sits beautifully on here. It's graduated. This would be shop 11 in the comment. Brings it down to $411.75. Okay, we are moving on to my next piece is going to be kunzite. Okay, this is crazy. And I almost brought in my sample of raw kunzite, and I couldn't find it today. I sort of ran short on time. I was promoting Gem Fest, so I ran short on time because I was out promoting our extravaganza Gem Fest. Okay, this is going to be shop 12 in the comment. Now, I'm going to hold this close to the camera because I really want you to see. This particular stone actually has a little bit of iridescence that you can see on these beads. Once again, center bead is your largest, right? These are graduated a little bit. So in this one, they've done actually 5 larger beads, and they've graduated these down the sides. Kunzite, fabulous stone, pink. If you're a breast cancer survivor, this is the necklace for you. I gotta tell you, this is a killer piece. Kunzite, this is also mined in many, many places around the world, but the quality is what we're talking about. When we deal with kunzite, once again, you want to get as pink as you can. You want something that's semi-translucent with a little bit of opaqueness in it. It gives you almost like a shilling, a shiny little effect, a little feathering effect in all these beads. This is, once again, it's got your lobster claw clasp with your 2-inch extender. So this goes 18 to 20. I know I like to wear a 20-inch myself. Folks, this is a great deal. This is going to be $249. It's going to be your start price. Minus the 25% brings us down to $187.49. So if you're interested, shop 12. We'll go there. Hit that, put in the comment, then that will prompt you to the order page through Shop LC, and you can buy this for $187.49. I'm going to hold it up to my neckline so you can see how large and in charge this is. Folks, kunzite, a fabulous stone. Anytime you get into these pastel colors, that's for your upper chakras. Okay, this will help you with ethereal, a spiritual feeling, gives you a happy feeling. Kunzite is a happy stone. Heart chakra makes you feel good. This is, once again, like rose quartz, a love stone. It's great to have. Kunzite, I have flat pieces, so it grows almost like, and I say grow because that's the only way I can use. So I have kunzite that's flat like this ruler, thicker, but it has lines all through it. It's not a smooth stone. So the pieces that I have are about this big. I made the unfortunate discovery with my husband. We took some large flat pieces of kunzite that were gem quality like this. We decided we were going to cut them down into cabochons, and we actually wasted material that was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. We couldn't. This is like it's not a smooth surface, so you don't get a high. This is high polished. This is done by professionals. I could not get a high polish on the pieces that I cut down. I actually wasted the material. Learning lesson, but you know that's what happens when you're dealing with gem and minerals. This is precisely done, so this high polish is on every single bead. This is a beautiful piece of kunzite necklace. Once again, it's very rare that you find a lot of kunzite in jewelry. Because of that, it can't be cabochon. Once you facet it, it has to be completely translucent stone, with a lot of the kunzite is not translucent. And once you get up into that gem, we call it gemmy. That's our term as stone people. It's the gemmier it is, the more expensive it is. So if I had a piece that was completely translucent, that was this one bead, it would be worth about $500. So the price on this is really, really reasonable for this pink kunzite. So if you want it, shop 12 on your comment, and I'm going to move on to, I'm doing the bracelet next, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have, if you like this, you're going to like this piece that matches. So once again, pink kunzite. This has an ear. It almost has like a moonstone. So I can see like an iridescent sheen, a shilling we call it. So this is going to be shop number 13, my lucky number. My mom was born on Friday the 13th, and without her, I wouldn't be here. So number 13 has always been my lucky number. So I don't shy away from that at all. Bring it on, number 13. When I buy scratch tickets, I go right for the number 13. And I've won a couple of times. Okay, so this has this beautiful, I'm going to call it shilling effect. Now, watch this. Boom, on my wrist, no problem. This will fit any size wrist that you want. This can be worn, and I'm going to do it on this side over on my phone. Boom, it's on, easy off, no clasp, completely strung. It's actually double stitched on this stretchy material that I don't even know what it is. It just works well. It expands and retracts over and over and over. It's not the old days when we strung everything on silk cord. Technology has given us the ability to really make stringing a much more fun crafting thing. Look at how beautiful that looks. This is pastel-y. This is summer. This is spring. It's cool and groovy. Like I said, this color pink helps with that heart chakra, self-love, love that you want to get, more love that you want to spread out there. If you want to attain love, give love, it doesn't matter. I love this bracelet. Okay, the starting price on this is $139.99. Minus your 25% today brings this down to just shy over $100. $104.99. You can also put this on budget pay. You can call our personal shopper, 888-835-2237. They're going to be your best friends. If you have any question, there's the personal shopper number. Thank you, DJ, for bringing that up. They're going to be your best friends. They will answer any questions you have. If you want to spread this out over a budget payment, if you want to order multiples, if you want to buy it here and have it shipped to Aunt Louise out in California, they can do all that for you. That's their magic. They are the magicians on the phone that are going to become your best friends to help you with whatever needs that you have. So pink kunzite, lovely stone. This is mined in a few different areas in the world. Madagascar, Afghanistan, anyway, probably 4 or 5 other continents it comes out of. But the thing about pink kunzite, the quality. Once again, that's what I'm talking about. When you buy any type of gemstones, jewelry, home decor, you want the best quality. Hey, Stacy, happy birthday. So 70 years old, girl, you made it. So you're going to want the best quality that you can get out there. And if you're going to buy stuff, why not save your pennies and buy something nice? Because if you buy the best quality, it does have resale value. If you buy the worst quality, it might be pink kunzite. Nobody's going to want to rebuy that from you. It's not going to be beautiful. It's not going to be lustrous. It doesn't have that shilling effect. It's just going to be dull piece of kunzite. If you're buying it for the metaphysical properties, yes, it still has the same metaphysical properties, but why not make it beautiful and fancy? Okay, this is your pink kunzite bracelet, and we're going to move on to, what do you see this? So this one, okay. Now, you're going to love me for this one, because this one is spectacular. Okay. For anybody out there, I'm going to cover my face with this. I'm going to take a little sip of your, I got my mochaccino. Look, I love that chocolate. Okay. This is tanzanite. Okay. We all know, we've talked about this. Look at the color. I'm going to put this up to my neck. Okay, because I really want you to see the color. Look at the color of this tanzanite. Okay, one source in the world, comes out of Africa, the tanzanite mines, Tanzania. When we go to buy tanzanite, so we have sent our team, I'm going to do price and then I'm going to talk about the tanzanite because I want to make sure. So Our original price on this, and this is a killer price, by the way. So if you go, that's expensive, you haven't priced tanzanite there in the market, especially a beaded necklace. Okay, original starting price on this, $699.99, and that means $699.99. But for you, right here, shop 14, live 25, you're going to get this for $524.99. Okay, the color of this. Now, this is when we talk about color saturation. So I'm going to show you something on this ring, and so this is, I just bought this. This is a designer piece from Gaia Perez. She comes on the show occasionally. She's from Italy. I buy merchandise from other artisans, other jewelers, because I don't want to wear all my own stuff. It gets boring. I make it, I look at it, it's like baking a cake and eating the whole apple pie by yourself. After a while, you want a banana cream pie or a chocolate cream pie. So I buy from other designers because I love their stuff. It's a piece that I probably would never make. But I just want to show you that this particular ring right here has a little teeny piece of tanzanite, right? These are blue kyanite, a little teeny piece of tanzanite. That tanzanite is not this quality. It's a great piece of tanzanite. It's an accent stone. It didn't have to be the greatest because they don't want to take away from the beautification of the blue kyanite. Tanzanite comes in A to quad A. Quad A is your best, absolutely the best color. And when we talk about grading tanzanite, purple, blue, those are the two key colors that are in tanzanite. So when you move that tanzanite around, you see flashes of purple, but you really see that color saturation of the bluest blue, that deep indigo blue. Goes with the crown chakra, by the way. Boom, boom. So tanzanite is one source stone. They've already closed. There used to be 4 blocks, A, B, C, D. In 2012, our team from Shop LC went over to Tanzania, to the tanzanite mine. All 4 blocks were open. At that time, my little friend Dion, who I love working with on Monday mornings, we have footage of her. She went down into the mines with some of our Shop LC people. We went over there to buy. We went over to inspect the mines, make sure they were doing, correct mining procedures to protect people. So we source stones out. We also go there and look at how they're mined. Okay, 2012, 4 blocks were open. 2018, our team went back again. Different people. They went back to film, do a bunch of buying. Encore, who is the greatest negotiator in the world, went and they bought the biggest tanzanites they could get because they knew that 2 of the 4 blocks were completely mined out. So now we went from 4 to 2. When that happens, we know, because that's the way it is in the world, that this stone will eventually be mined out. It's a one-place sourced stone. So if those other 2 blocks close, tanzanite is going to skyrocket in price. It's like alexandrite. The stuff that came out of Russia is non-existent. We do have some stuff coming out of Turkey, but it's not the quality or the light changing. It's different color light changing that came out of Russia. So tanzanite is going to skyrocket in price. It could double, triple in price in a day. Once they say the mines are closed, collectors are going to jump in because this is a one-source stone. They're going to procure as much merchandise as they can, and they're going to sit on it. They're going to sit on it because it's just like gold. If you bought gold in 2010, you're sitting on it, and as the price goes up and up and up, eventually you go, I'm going to sell it now because I can make a boatload of money. The same thing is with tanzanite. So folks, this is one of your greatest pieces. This is hand-strung. It's done with sterling silver. Rhodium over sterling silver are the beads. The clasp on the back, lobster claw clasp. And this is done on a 18-inch necklace. This does not have an extender. This is all complete strand of tanzanite. So if you want to go out there in the market and price something like this, good luck pricing it for $524.49. Non-existent. The carat weight on this is going to be 195 carats just in tanzanite alone. Great, great deal. I have a couple of pieces left I'm going to get to before the end of our show. So this would be shop 14. Okay, we're moving on to a hessonite garnet. Okay, hessonite garnet. I'm going to do these last few pieces real fast because I want to get to the chrome diopside. Hessonite garnet. This is a type of garnet. If you look at the color of this, it's called hessonite. That's the name. It's probably the person that discovered it at one point. I love this garnet because it looks like cinnamon. It has not just red, it has the burnt, like cinnamon color in it. So garnets come, rhodolite garnet has your purple, red, grapey. Then you have your other garnets that are going to be your deep red. They almost look like Burmese rubies. Then you go into this hessonite garnet, which is known for that brownish undertones, that autumn color. Okay, this piece is this is a great deal, by the way. This is $69.99. That's our starting price. 25% off brings us right over the $50 mark, which would be $52.49. That's going to give you free shipping. So you're going to get 25% off, brings it down to $52. You're going to feed a child, you're going to get free shipping, and you can own this beautiful garnet necklace for a fraction of the price anywhere else. So these are graduated beads. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, they are. So if you look at that top bead, this is a 4 millimeter, down to this little one on the end, which is going to be roughly about a 2 millimeter. Comes with this beautiful vermeil clasp. This is also a 2-inch extender, so you can extend this from 18 to 20. Folks, hessonite garnet, beautiful stone. That is going to be number 15 in the comment. I'm going to move on. Next one is number 16. This is the one I wanted to get to. Okay, this is unbelievable. Okay, look at the color of this. So this is going to be chrome diopside. And you're thinking, what the heck is that? Never heard of it? Well, I'm going to tell you about it. Let's start with the price because I'm going to show you. This is the color of this against my skin. And it is deep green. It's translucent. You see how you can see through these beads? The light, I'm going to do it with the flashlight. Okay. Chrome diopside. Let me get off the black light and go into regular flashlight. Oh, it still has the black light on. Okay. All right, well, okay. It's not working, so that's okay. No biggie. I'm going to show you on my hand. Okay, chrome diopside is discovered in Siberia. Now, if you know anything about Siberia, you know it's cold, cold, cold. They can only mine this stone 2 months out of the entire year because of the permafrost. Large mining companies will never touch this because of the lack of time to mine this stone. So a 2-month mining period to get stones out of the ground is not enough to make money. So this is mined by small families. This is a natural stone. It's not heat treated. It's not color treated. It's called chrome diopside. Look at that color green. Super rare. You know what? Shop LC procured a lot of this. Like I said, they go in, they have the buying power to buy as much as they possibly can. And when they do, we send it. We have a team. We employ 9,000 employees. So we have teams that do everything. Cut, polish, string, box up, put clasps on, design pieces. It's all done in-house. That's how we can bring you the prices like this. Folks, $16.99 is your start price on this. Now, you think that's expensive? It's not. It's a rare stone. After the Live 25, if you put in your number 16 in the comment, go to the Live 25, it comes down to $1,274. This is something that will retain its value. You don't find this color green out there. This is not an emerald color. It's more of a forest green. Any of my painters, Carol, how you doing? She's a painter. My cousin Patty's out there watching. Hi, Patty. Folks, this is color saturation at its best. It's deep. It's beautiful. That green just makes you want to run through a pine forest, sit in a field of flowers. It evokes nature. Beautifully, beautifully done. I mean, the color green pertains to, once again, your heart chakra. You want to open for love. You want to send love. You want to give love. This is the pendant for you. So I'm offering beaded necklaces on top of home decor because I want everybody to have a chance to do everything in their life. Okay, so that is going to be number 16. Look at the color on this white neck form. Absolutely beautiful. $1,274. You can put this on budget pay, which means they'll spread that out over 5 months for you. No interest on budget pay. We don't charge you anything. There's no membership fee to join Shop LC. We do it. You can just tune in, shoplc.com, and go right into any of the icons, live TV, live streaming, which I'm on now. Just shop behind the scenes if you want. We have some great deals on everything. Okay, last and final, one of my favorite stones. This is going to be shop 17, and this is moonstone. And if you look at that, this is rainbow moonstone. This is once again a 18-inch that you can have the 2-inch extender on the back, so it brings it up to 20-inch. Folks, rainbow moonstone, my birthstone. I love this stone. It exhibits rainbow effects. Now, this is a full strand. You can see the little rainbow effects on any of these little pieces. These are all hand faceted on this necklace. The price on this is going to blow your mind. I'm going to hold it up while I calculate. Okay, $79.99 is supposed to be your original price. After the 25% off, this brings it down to $59.99. $59.99. That brings you over the $50, so you get free shipping. We feed a child. 25% off. A beautiful necklace. This is one of the birthstones for June. This is an ethereal. This necklace in the metaphysical world, it brings you to that higher realm, that realm that you wanted, that very spiritual realm where you feel connected to the earth. Everything is good in life. You have reached and achieved that calming effect in your life. You've achieved everything that's going to make you happy in your heart. Doesn't mean money, relationships, all that. Just means that you've achieved happiness and you feel like you're standing in your best person and your self-worth is way up there. Folks, $59.99 for rainbow moonstone. Very hard to get good quality rainbow moonstone. These are all individually matched up. Okay, I have a minute left. I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thanks to all my friends and family who tuned in. I will be back next week, same time, different material I'm going to offer every single week. So thank you for tuning in. I know your time is valuable. I can't wait to see all my VIP friends at the Gem Fest. Everybody make the best of every day. Live a happy lifestyle. And I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Okay. Another successful week. And I got through everything. Ta-da.
Hey.
I didn't leave one stinking thing out. I made it work.